Holy Week is usually a time when everything slows down. Mas tahimik, mas reflective. And somewhere between the silence, a question quietly appears. A question most of us try to avoid the rest of the year. What on earth am I actually here for? If you've ever paused and wondered kung may mas malalim bang dahilan kung bakit tayo nandito, kung may purpose beyond the routines, the work, and the everyday noise, then this episode might be for you. Because today, we're exploring a book that challenges us to look at life a little differently. Ako nga pala ulit si Tessa Saavedra. Samahan niyo ako ulit dito lang sa Isang Pahina, Isang Kwento, Isang Aral. Ang sarap pala magbasa. Welcome back to Ang Sarap Pala Magbasa. If you enjoy conversations about books that make you pause and reflect, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on our next book discussion. So today, let's talk about What on Earth Am I Here For by Rick Warren, and why this question feels especially fitting during the Holy Week. Richard Duane Warren, or Rick Warren, was born on January 28, 1954 in San Jose, California. He is an evangelical Christian pastor, author, and the founder of Saddleback Church, one of the largest evangelical Baptist megachurches in Lake Forest, California. He is also the founder of the Global Peace Plan, which plants churches of reconciliation, equips leaders, assists the poor, cares for the sick, and educates the next generation, impacting 196 countries worldwide. Rick Warren isn't just an author. He is a global strategist and faith leader whose work has inspired millions to seek purpose, meaning, and a life of service. So for the synopsis, at its core, What on Earth Am I Here For is a book that wrestles with one of life's biggest questions. Why do I exist? Instead of looking inward for answers, the book argues that purpose begins with God, that life was never meant to be self-centered, but God-centered. It presents life as a journey of discovering the reason you were created and aligning your everyday choices with that purpose. So yung book ay para po siyang daily devotional na winawalk yung readers through 5 key purposes of life, which is to worship, to belong, to grow, to serve, and to share. These aren't just ideas but directions, guiding you toward a life that goes beyond success and into meaning. Ultimately, it reminds you that life isn't random, that you're here for something greater, and that understanding that purpose changes everything. So, for a little book backstory, this isn't actually the first time na binasa ko tong librong ito. Actually, naalala ko, hiniram ko yung original copy ng lola ko na Purpose Driven Life. But for some reason, I found myself wanting to read it again kasi siguro ang dami kong napagdaanan in the past couple of years na talaga namang nasubukan yung pananampalataya ko. At talaga namang nagpatanong sa akin ng napakaraming tanong for my very own existence. So this time, I picked up the expanded edition, What on Earth Am I Here For? And I decided to buy my own copy because I really wanted to fully immerse myself in it sa mga different pages. Obviously, when I bought it, second time ko na siya nabinasa. Pero for some reason, talagang mas nagkaroon ng lalim yung mga passages ng libro sa akin the second time around. Mas nagkaroon siya ng impact. Kasi nga, as mentioned, I was a point in my life where I had so many questions. Yung tipong things weren't going out the way I wanted them to. At kapag ganun talaga, nasusubok talaga yung faith mo eh. Yung napapatanong ka na lang, bakit pa ako nandito if I'm not meant to become who I want to be? How come others seem luckier when it comes to achieving their dreams? What am I doing wrong? And what's the point of me being here? More than just reading a book, I was looking for something that would actually speak to me, and I think this book was really perfect dun sa hinahanap-hanap kong yon. Something that would make me feel like I'm having a personal conversation with God, not just once but every single day. And that's exactly what this book tried to offer. So here are a few key points that really stayed with me. Number 1, it's not about you. Parang ang harsh pakinggan at first, but the book starts with this exact idea. Life isn't centered around our plans, our timelines, or even our dreams. It's centered around God. And somehow, that takes the pressure off because maybe, hindi mo kailangan i-figure out lahat ng mag-isa ka lang. Number 2, you were created for a purpose. Hindi aksidente ang pagkabuhay mo sa mundong ito. Even in moments na feeling mo naliligaw ka, there's still a bigger picture you can't fully see yet. And maybe the reason things don't go your way is because you're being redirected, not rejected. And that for me is very powerful, di ba? Pag hindi natin nakukuha yung gusto nating makamit sa buhay, like in terms of our career, talaga naman nakakadismaya yon. But if you're given the thought na may purpose ka, God gave you a purpose, ang iisipin mo na is that you're not really being rejected, you're just being redirected. Number 3, life is a process, not a race. Ang dali nating ma-pressure, especially when we see other people winning in life. And honestly, social media causes this kind of thinking, di ba? Lalo pat nakikita mo na yung mga batchmates mo ng high school parang ang yayaman na, may mga asawa at anak na, ikaw wala pa, parang feeling mo nahuhuli ka. Pero honestly, life isn't really a race. It's more of a process. And lahat tayo, may sarili tayong timeline or may kanya-kanya tayong timeline sa success. This book reminds you na hindi kompetisyon ang buhay. Growth takes time and sometimes delays are part of your development. Number 4, you're not meant to do life alone. One of the purposes talked about in this book is belonging. That you're meant to be part of something bigger than yourself. So dahil yan sa ating pride, no? Mapapride tayo minsan, ayaw natin humingi ng tulong, feeling natin kaya natin lahat mag-isa. Pero honestly, that kind of thinking in a way destroys you or prevents you from actually achieving your dreams or kung ano ba talaga yung path na dapat tahakin mo in life. Pag feeling mo kaya mo lang mag-isa, then you're actually missing the point because one of your purposes in life is actually to belong. Kasi minsan, akala natin kaya natin mag-isa, but healing, growth, and even faith, they deepen when shared. Number 5, your life has meaning beyond success. This one for me hit the hardest because we often measure our worth through our achievements, titles, milestones, dreams fulfilled. Pag hindi mo na-achieve yung dream mo, feeling mo wala ka ng kwenta. But this book gently reminds you that your life already has value, even before all of that. Na hindi mo kailangan maging successful para masabing may purpose ka because you already do. So those key points are what really made this book different for me this time. It didn't give me all the answers, but it gave me the kind of questions that slowly led me back to my purpose. So for that, my favorite quote is, "You were made by God and for God, and until you understand that, life will never make sense." This line really spoke to me because this was exactly why I decided to read this book again. Gawa ng nasa point in my life ako na parang feeling ko nasa crossroads ako. I was frustrated, even devastated because I wasn't where I wanted to be. Not in my career, not in my love life, not even in the version of myself I thought I'd become by now. But looking back now, maybe I wasn't really lost at all. Maybe I was exactly where God needed me to be so I could finally slow down, reevaluate, and begin to truly find myself. And up next, our word of the day is purpose. It is a person's sense of resolve or determination. Another meaning, the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. Gawa ng this book is really truly finding your purpose. It's very fitting for me lang na piliin yung salitang yan as the word of the day. So next, what I liked about the book is that while it didn't exactly give me the answer to what my purpose in life is, it reminded me of something even more important. That I'm here for a reason. And honestly, that alone is enough motivation for me to keep fighting and to keep going and not lose hope. It slowly helped me carve out my own path toward truly finding myself and discovering what really matters in life. I realized that fulfillment doesn't come from material things or big accomplishments. Even a simple life, a meaningful career, and moments that truly resonate with my heart can bring a sense of purpose and contentment that nothing else can. On the other hand, what I didn't like about the book, syempre, it will give you an impression na ibibigay niya talaga sa'yo yung exact reason kung ano ba talagang purpose mo sa buhay. And if you go in expecting that, then yes, syempre, madidisappoint ka. Because if instead of giving you the answer, the book does something different. It teaches you how to ask the right questions. And honestly, that's the beauty of it. But you do need the right perspective going in. If you understand that, it's actually really empowering rather than discouraging. So for the conclusion, here's my takeaway, especially as we reflect this Holy Week. Life isn't always about having all the answers. Sometimes, it's about pausing, reflecting, and trusting that you're exactly where God wants you to be. What on earth am I here for doesn't hand you your purpose on a silver platter. But it does guide you to ask the right questions, to see your life through a lens of meaning, and find hope even in moments of uncertainty. For me, this book was a reminder that every detour, every challenge, and every quiet pause is part of God's plan to shape us into where we're meant to be. That's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. Not because it gave me all the answers, but because it helped me rediscover my purpose, trust the journey, and hold on to hope. Hindi ko na maalala kung magkano ko nabili tong libro na to, pero I looked it up online and it says it's 230 pesos. So this Holy Week, if you're reflecting on life, on direction, or even on faith, this book might just be the companion you didn't know you needed. So for the final thoughts, ang sarap pala magbasa kasi ito'y nagiging paraan para mas maging malapit tayo sa ating Panginoon. Ang sarap pala magbasa kasi bawat pahina nito ay nagiging gabay sa paghahanap at pag-unawa ng ating purpose sa mundo. At ang sarap pala magbasa kasi ito'y tumutulong sa atin ipaggunita ang Holy Week at magnilay-nilay sa ating buhay. So that's it for me today mga kabookworms. Kung katulad nyo ako dati na punong-puno ng tanong sa buhay at sa sarili, sana maging daan itong librong ito para unti-unti nyong matuklasan kung ano ba ang dahilan kung bakit kayo nandito. And if I may add, naging makabuluhan talaga para sa akin itong librong ito kasi for a very long time, akala ko na kapag nagdadasal tayo, one-sided lang dapat yung communication with God. Meaning, siya lang dapat yung nakikinig. It took a while for me to realize na dapat ako rin, I should also take time to also listen to Him. Kasi pag nagdadasal tayo parang, may tendency tayo na gawin siyang parang genie. Pero hindi. God is actually more like a parent. So dapat, in a way, dapat ganun yung trato natin sa Kanya. Hindi lang dapat siya tagapakinig, kundi dapat pinapakinggan din natin siya. Pay attention to the signs that He's sending us. Kasi hindi natin alam, baka yun yung way niya of telling us na, sadali lang anak, dapat hindi mo tinatahak yung ganyang klaseng path or hindi mo dapat pinapasok yung sitwasyon na yan kasi baka mapahamak ka. And He does find ways to do that to us. We just have to learn how to pay attention to Him. And if you think conversations like this deserve more space online, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on my latest book review. If you prefer to listen on Spotify, don't forget to follow my show and help me in building a community of bookworms. Once again, this is Tessa Saavedra. Join me again next time dito lang sa Isang Pahina, Isang Kwento, Isang Aral. Ang sarap pala magbasa. Shut up.